Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can everyone hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. And we're off. Good, thanks Jackie, you can hear me. That's good. Okay, so we're done a bit of work over the break. We've now got a Zoom going, and I think we'll get by with this laptop, hopefully. I guess we'll see. But should be better this time. Hopefully everyone out there can hear me. We're up to 21 people already. So now we've got a Zoom, so we'll do a little bit of mucking around now. Give you a bit of a chance to have a look. You might go in and have a close look at a couple of 2 stands. Just so you can see a bit more. So that's Rose Lewis on stand 1. You're looking at the left of your screen. Missy Tepota on stand 2. So they're both going really well. Rose got a bomb, I think, for half here, probably a bit nervous, but she's going better and better. And just talking to the judges over the break, they're really happy now with the quality. So they're feeling pretty good about it. There's Rose on stand 1, Missy on stand 2. Missy Tepota, she was lifting all run. That was going good. There's Missy in for a second one. There's Tuts. Walker on stand 3. She really well. Yeah, you've got to get a new one. Yeah. Just stop now. Yeah. Yeah, well, check back into the new screen. He's fine. Yeah, just back into because I stopped it. Back into the YouTube. Sorry about that. Just they've got a big screen here and they just hadn't worked quite well. So this way, let's yeah, so that's, and then of course there's Pagan down the end there. So we never got to see that much of Pagan because of the way the camera was set up. So I'm hoping I can show you a bit more of it this time because she's going really well. She's got a nice style, that girl. Yeah, good blows. Technically a really good shearer. It's currently only 493. So they lost, I think they lost 4 the first run. A couple of little issues there, which is always going to happen. I think there was a cut that a couple of them were a bit rough and that. So look, the girls are ploughing it now. I tell you what, she's really cold here, eh? They had a big diesel heater on in the shed during smoko, trying to warm us up, and I'm sitting here with the woolen jersey on. I'm cold. And just before you start saying that I'm just soft, I'm cold because I'm soft, I'm not, I'm just cold. Yeah, so look, we're at 494 so far for the day. Lewis on 107, Tepota's on 129, Crawford's on 135, and Pagan's on 124. So what we're running with that counter, we're not running a shed run tally, we're running a shed tally because with that counter we can only put so much data onto the screen. So that's why you're going to just hear updates. I'll be able to give you a bit of an idea what they're doing for the run, but yeah, we need the day to warm up because yeah, the lambs are cold, the girls are cold, we're all cold. It's actually really cold here. Middle of summer, it's cold. Who knew? Right. We've got 56 on the line. Look, we'll just this is a tell you what, young Missy Tafota's hit the ground running. She's I was talking to Peter Harvey, he's her second in a pen, and he said she broke a comb that first hour, and then her second comb wouldn't run, but they got her into a good comb that would run, and she was away. So she was lifting and lifting and lifting, and she's her and Touch were neck and neck for about the last 20-25 minutes of that last run, I reckon. So I'll be really interested to see how young Tafota goes, because she's running hot. Dave, how many did they do the first run? Sorry? How many did they do the first run?
475.
475. They did 475 the first run. Anyway, yeah, so and Missy's really hit the ground running here, so she's on fire.
515.
Yeah. So that's it's going to be an interesting day, this, because if I was a betting man, and I'm not, I'd be betting that young Missy thinks she can take Tuts on, you know. That's what I reckon. She's found in them, and of course Tuts is going really well. So Tuts is on the current tallies right now, 507 for the day. We're just into the start of the second run. Lewis is on 110, Tafota's on 132, Crawford's on 138, and Rimini's on 128. Yeah, so this is going to be one big battle between Missy and Tuts. You know, stands 2 and 3. Yeah, it makes it quite exciting, you know, because Tuts has got all the experience, Missy's got a bit of the youth. It'll be interesting how it goes, but in my opinion, it's pretty hard to beat experience in shearing. And it's what Tuts has got a lot of. So 512 so far, we're up to 111 for Lewis, 133 for Tafota, 139 for Crawford, Rimini's 129. So what I'm going to do, we've got about 75 viewers watching now, so I'm going to go and just going to do a zoom in of each girl for a couple of seconds, and I won't talk, you'll be sick of me talking, I'm sick of talking, and we'll just let you have a look at them, eh? So anyone, whoever your favourites are, you're going to get a bit of a close-up of them now. That's Rose Lewis. She had she's got a bit of wriggly shake there, but she had a bit of a tough start to the first run. Probably a bit enthusiastic, got a bit of a bomb, but they tell me that she really cleaned them up. So she's shorn away out of problems there, and yeah, she's going real good. Yeah, looks like she's getting better and better, and yeah. Be nice to see her have a nice, good run and get over some of that. Yeah, you always get a bit of insecurities, but it's self-doubt when you get a bomb. And she needs to see it through that, and this will be a big learning experience for her. Beautiful undermine over there, right? See Sasha Bond up there in a pen, looking over her. Sasha's no stranger to world records, and she's pretty well known to most people. Yeah, so you wouldn't have too many better people to give you advice. Been there, done it. Yeah, so that's Rose Lewis. She's now on 113 for the day. Going well. The girl's going well. Yeah, we'll move on down, and we'll have a look at the Misty Supporter. So this girl's been impressive. She's been impressing a lot of people here, you know. She's got a bit of grunt. She wants it. And she's looking good for 500. A lot of work to do yet. But she'll be gunning for 500. I think that'll be her first. She hasn't been sharing that long. But she's still neck and neck with Tuts, you know. So I don't know if many people saw that coming. But you know, she's just looks like she's growing in confidence. I think she's pretty impressive. Hey, I'm willing to bet it won't be the last time we hear about this girl. Yeah, she's going real good. She's got the blows, she's got the rhythm, she's got the style. She's probably a bit short on experience, but that's not a criticism. The only way to get experience is to keep sharing. So, yeah, she's running hot. Okay, we'll move on down to Tuts. Getting a lot of messages about Tuts, so I think a lot of you know her. We've got a lot of mates out there. So Crawford's ringing the board at this stage, and that's probably no surprise to most people. I've heard a lot about her. She's got the style, she's got the experience, she's obviously got the guts. Yep, Pagan. Down on the end stand. She's going good. Sharing very solidly. Got a really good style. She knocked out, I think she knocked out 120 the first run. And that, she's got a nice style, nice hand on it. Doesn't seem flustered either. I don't know. I haven't seen her share a lot, but she looks to me like she's sharing inside herself. I'd say she's got a bit left in the tank. She's yeah, seems to be sharing well inside herself. Crawford's in for a cut of change. So look, hopefully that gives you a bit of a close-up there of all of them. And I'll just keep doing that. So if you want to see the Sierra that you're backing, that you want to see, just let me know. And I'm happy to zoom in on them for a bit. As long as it all ends up around about equal, you know. Make sure all the girls get a bit of exposure and a bit of coverage. But don't be afraid to ask me. I won't do it every time, but I'll do it as often as I can. My 46 so far for today. Got Lewis on 118, Tapota's on 142, Crawford's on 149, Rimini's on 137. So at the stage, Crawford's ringing the board. And he's looking at 518 for the day. And what's young Tapota looking at?
496.
496. So Tapota's looking at 496 for the day. So Tapota did 125 for the first run. So you know, time 4, you know that's 500. So interesting how she goes this run. She's warming up a little bit. It's still cold outside though. Really cold. But they're definitely warming to their task. So at this stage, we're projecting they're going to do just over 1900 for the day. So on our tally counter here, we've got a projection thing that tells us that at the current speed they're going, what we think they'll do. So we think they're going to do about 1909 to be exact. But you know what, if we've got a bit of sun and a bit of heat, that could easily lift a bit. Profit. Yeah. So you can see there on the screen now, that's the day tally. We're not doing run tallies because there's not enough space on the screen to put all the data. So we've just decided to do the big tally at the top is for the run, and then each girl has their individual tally, day tally, and each girl has the individual day tally at the bottom. It's the only way we can fit it on the screen big enough for people to see, and of course a lot of people see it here. That's what they're looking at to see where things are. So that gives you a bit of an idea where they're sitting. 5:59 at the moment. Yeah, Donna, I'll do that. I'm trying to sort of walk a line here. We haven't done a 4-stand before, and how to sort of do it. You're happy to give me advice if you want to. You know, I'm not worried. You know, I don't know any more about than anyone else. But I always feel if I go in for 2, it's never going to see everyone, I guess. But maybe I'll zoom in and see 2 at a time. That might be the best way to do it. And then everyone's seeing as much as they can of someone. But I'll do another zoom in about 5 minutes, and I'll zoom in on each girl for 2 or 3 sheep. And maybe I'll try to do that every half an hour. I'll try and give each girl 3 or 4 sheep on the camera, and maybe that's how we'll do it. But don't be afraid to tell me what you want. You know, if I can do it, I'll do it. 563 for the day. Lewis on 122, Potter's on 146, Crawford's on 154, Ramani's on 141. Maybe just gone in for a cut of change. She looks like she's sharing inside herself to me, Fagan. She looks probably the most controlled of all the girls up there. So, yeah, just that might be just her style. I don't know, everyone shares differently. Some have a slow hand, some have a fast hand. So it's interesting, Tuts and Messi have been having a bit of a battle there, but I think Tuts has just got one rounder. So, you can't beat experience, eh? And Tuts is running hot. She's on 156 today so far. The Potter's back on 148. Fagan's on 142. And Rose is on 123. I reckon Rose is sharing better and better. I think she had a really tough spot there that first hour. She got that bomb, and I think it really, like with any, doing their first record, it really threw her out. But she looks to me like she's got a beautiful style on it, beautiful rhythm, and she lost a bit of that for a while, but it looks like it's coming back pretty quick. So I think we're going to see a lot more out of her this run than what we did that first run. Tucks in for another one. It's 158. Rose and Missy up there right now. Rose Lewis on stand 1. Missy DeFotter on stand 2. Both going well. I'm not sure you can see it on the video, but yeah, I think Rose is sharing herself back in a bit of confidence there, eh? Really impressed with the way she saw in the trial. She was running hot, but she got that bomb this morning, which I think knocked the confidence a little bit. But she just looks to me to be coming back to what she was, a bit more confidence and flowing again and throwing the blows in. go, both on the long blow. Stretching those lambs out, turning around for the last side. Okay, so we just had a good look at Missy and Rose. Now we have a look and see these girls down here. Megan and Tuts, both going really well. $593 for the day so far now. So what do we got? We got Lewis on 128, DeFotta's on 154, Crawford's on 163, and Rimini's on 148. Pagan's actually she's done pretty good down there. She's just looking at her tally. She's got back up with DeFotta a bit, and DeFotta's running hot. So yeah, there's a lot going on out there, eh? A lot of little battles going on. And you know what it's like when you're sharing, you've pretty much got a pretty good idea how everyone else is going, especially when you're racing. So yes, and yes, I've got some very awesome sponsors, and I'll get a list of them, and I actually good point that I'll make a point of getting them and trying to give them all a bit of coverage and promotion probably after lunch. I'll get some to let me know what order and who's doing that. But yeah, there's a lot of good sponsors. You know, it takes a lot of money to run these events, and a lot of people helping, and a lot of people out the back that are doing a great job too. So. Yeah, but anyway, we're looking at Tuts and Pagan there. And, both going well, so. $599. Look at that. We just clicked over 600. 600 for the day. So see that? Lewis 130, DeFotta 155, Crawford 165, Rimini 150. That's good. It's a good milestone out of the way. So, what is the time? Let me have a look here. 10:30. So we've begun half an hour into the second run. $141 people watching, getting some good comments coming through. an enjoyable day here. What is it, eh? What is it about it? Sitting there watching people blow the wool off a sheep that for some strange reason you watch it millions of times and it's still bloody enjoyable. We're a weird industry, aren't we? You know? How many times do you have someone has a day off sharing and then they go to the shed and watch someone else share? Just the way we are. But weird. And I mean weird in a good way, of course. 609 out the gate now. So they're going well. Half an hour into the second run. The day is not improving outside. It's still cold as buggery, eh? Real shame. Now, if we get hit another 5 or 10 degrees in here, there's a few more lambs there. If they could get them heated up. And it's just cold. Middle of bloody summer in South Otago and it's cold. What does that tell you? Pagan's just gone in for 154. Missy's just gone in for 160. Tut's gone in for 169. She's gone in for 170, sorry. So she's now got 10 around Missy. So she's, if our counting's right, she's dragged a few around her in the last quarter of an hour. That's just experience. So, well, I don't mean that badly. I mean, she's a hell of a great shearer. But you can't beat experience in these situations. And the experience means that you can usually shear the tough ones just as quick. And when you're a bit, when you're still newer and you're still sort of learning a little bit, you slow down more on the bad ones than the tough ones. Well, that was my experience and observation anyway. Yeah, you're right, Ed. There's a lot of good shearing names up there, and a couple that you know pretty well. That's, you know, anyone ever heard of a guy Dion Morrell? Sure, some of you might have heard of him. I think he's showing the odd cheek. He's hanging around up there, and the guy Darren Ford. I think he's known to shoot the odd cheek as well, to be honest. So you wouldn't have too many guys having your pen than those two, eh? They'd know their own cheek. $6.21 for today. Lewis is on 134. Defoto's on 161. Crawford's on 171. And Rimini's on 155. 5 what?
5.
Okay. So Dave, who's doing the tally counting here, he's just told me that Crawford is now looking at 525 today, so she's still lifting. So we're seeing a bit of a trend here for a pattern with that. She's not the fastest out of the blocks. She comes out pretty solid, but then she just lifts and lifts and lifts. And that's what happened the first run, and that's happening again. So she's lifted herself. Her projected tally's gone from 519 to 525 over the last 20 minutes. That's pretty significant. So yeah, she's just lifting and lifting and lifting. So maybe John Marino's for too long since finally figured out how to get around these crossings, eh? Looks like she knows the way around them anyway. So yeah, I think they're going to have a better run than the last run. We just need that bloody weather to come right. We can get a bit of heat on them. I remember watching that record of David Fagan's down in Riversdale, that first land record they did down there, and they just couldn't make progress because they couldn't get the sun out to get some heat onto the lamb's backs. And then famously after lunch, he was going pretty average before lunch. Well, when I say pretty average, better than everyone else in the world, but he was still wasn't looking like he was going to get it. And folklore, of course, says that Don Fagan took him into the smoker room and said, "No one ever said these things were easy, David." But also the sun came out, got a bit of heat to the lamb's backs, and of course the rest about that day is history. He ended up getting it. Pretty significant thing to watch. One of the more amazing sporting events I've ever watched. So what we do need is a bit of sun. We need a bit of heat. We need a bit of warmth, and that'll give all these girls another 5 a run. So let's hope. Hope, pray, cross your fingers, whatever. Anyway, I'm just going to go and zoom in, and we'll do another bit of a zoom in on some of these girls. Okay, just so we give them all a little bit of good exposure. That's Rose Lewis you're watching. She's on 137. I just think you'll be able to see this in the video. She's just sharing video. She's done a good job now, really good job. She's got herself through that little bit of a hurdle at the start. She's got a bit of a bomb. And she's just sharing better and better and better. We haven't seen the best of her yet. She's going good. Oh, and I don't know if you can hear that, but I mean, how good's that? We've now got a bit of Michael Jackson playing in a world record cheering attempt. You know what? Life doesn't get any better than that. Listening to Michael, watching 4 girls cheer some sheep. That's pretty cool. Anyway, looking at Rose Lewis here. She's on 139. She's going good, making a good job. I think she's got a good style. She'll be learning a lot out of this record. It's her first one. She'll be learning a hell of a lot about herself, about how it goes, what it's like. Good blows, good undermine. Going good. Okay, move down to Missy now, eh? Okay, Missy's going well, eh? So we've seen Rose and Missy cruising down Hill of the Tuts now. Okay, we'll move on from Tuts now. We'll go and have a quick look at Pagan, eh? Well, not a quick look, decent long look. So Pagan was the one that approached us a while ago, sent us an email about wondering if we could get in here and help. And yeah, of course, we were more than happy to. It's kind of fun to do these records. You know, we've done a few women's records now, and we find it kind of fun, and you know, sort of feel pretty lucky that you get allowed to do it. You know, you get a front row seat, and get to meet some pretty incredible people. So we were pretty happy to be asked. You know, nice to be asked. So yeah, really appreciate her reaching out and getting us, and we had a couple of meetings with her and Dion, and yeah, here we are. So yeah, but she's sharing well. I've said this a few times. Okay, so the volume's not as loud. What about that? Hang on, let me just try something here. Sorry, Joe. I'll try and get this around it. Is it the volume of my voice, or is it the volume of the whole thing? Can someone let me know that? Let me know if we've got a problem with the volume of my voice, or is it a volume with the whole sound? But yeah, anyway, I've said about Pagan before. I think she's sharing well within herself. That's what it looks like to me. But a very controlled shearer. Doesn't look like she's in a hurry, and most of the good shearers, you know, a lot of them never look like they're in a hurry. I think of Keith Wilson for a start off. You know, you often think he was doing nothing except he's always ringing the board. So yeah, he's got an unhurried style and looking really good. Thanks, Kushla. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's like I was telling you about yesterday. I just think that commentary is all good. Cheers. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, Kushla was appreciate that message yesterday, and it just we were looking to try this because we kind of think, I don't know, I'm not telling anyone how to suck eggs, but if we can sort of keep it on from our point of view, we want to try to keep it on the social media. It makes it easier for people to get to it, we feel. And we were hoping this would work around the music where you want to hear a bit of background noise, but you don't actually need to hear the music. And then when I was doing Nicky's record in Aussie, Nicky Lyons' last record, and we started doing more commentating, but we didn't have the sound quite right. But we got a lot of comments that it's just good that it's just good to get those updates. It's probably the easiest way to update the tellers. So yeah, who knows? I mean, you guys will let us know if this works or not, and hopefully it's working well enough anyway. But no egos here. Always happy to learn. You know, I don't know much. I'm pretty stupid. Yeah, so don't be afraid to give advice. Anyway, we're up to 676 for the run, for the day, sorry. Lewis is on 146, DeFoto's on 175, Crawford's on 187, and Rimini's on 169. So, yeah, we've still got Crawford's still sneaking away in the front there. She looks like she's going to be the ringer. Going for a cut of change. What a hell of a man to have in your PNA, Darren Ford. You know, few people with a bigger heart in the world than that guy. Thanks, Kushla. But I would say everyone must be absolutely bloody sick of me by now. But too bad, you're going to have to put up with it. Someone send Norm Haraway up. Quick, get him on here. Yeah, look, that's the one thing I've always thought was missing a wee bit with live streams is some more of a commentary. But pretty hard to commentate for 8 hours. I don't think we'll manage it. But if I could get some other people to help, would be good. But anyway, I'm probably bored you to tears with some of my old sharing stories, which were, yeah, probably a bit average. 682 for the day so far. Lewis 148, Potter 177, Crawford 188, Rimini 170. So I think my big surprise for the day, to be honest, would be young Potter. Just I look at the way she's sharing. She's getting better and better. She's got it controlled. She doesn't share dissimilarly to money, you know. She sort of keeps her back the same way that he used to too. Anyone that would have seen him sharing back in the day would know what I mean. But yeah, no, she's going real good. I think she'll be pretty happy with today. Yeah, I'd say she'll be pretty happy. Pagan, it's interesting, you know, Pagan's got the slowest hand of them all by quite a bit, eh? And that's not a bad thing. You know, the funny thing about shearing is often the slower you move the hand, the more sheep you shear. But she's got a really, really nice controlled hand, nice slow hand, which is really nice to watch. Anyway, anyone that's ever shorn a sheep or worked in a horse, you know, they'll all have their own battles up there, eh? They'll all be running through battling their own demons. They'll be running their own battles. It's up and down. More ups and downs than a stripper's knickers when you're doing a job like this, eh? And yeah, I think they're going pretty good. Rose goes in for a cut of change. None of them look to be tired. They all look to be sharing well within themselves. Yeah, Jock, interesting that. Yeah, that's what Mana always had a straight back when he shore, eh? And I just look at a couple of times when Missy steps up the net and then dropping out of the long blow, you look and you think, oh man, she's just yeah, you think, yeah, she's at the fodder. I guess that's how you could say it. The first fodder I ever saw shear was Samson back in the day at the Lawrence shearing competition. And he beat all the younger. He's a bit of an older stager by then. It wasn't real old, but yeah, I remember him winning at that time. And I've met Samson a few times. Been lucky enough to meet him. He's a hell of a nice guy. As is Mana. And I haven't really met Missy, but I'm sure she is too. Met her briefly yesterday. Yeah, Mr. Straightback. Yeah, funny. Anyway, I might give the commentary a break for a couple of minutes. Just more for your guys' sake than mine. Oh, hang on, 697. We're about to clock over 700, eh? So we better get that on the live stream. 699. And how far in are we? We are 5 minutes to go to the hour. 699. That's about to clock over pretty soon, I'd say. Rose is just mowing away down the last side. She'll be the one that clocks it over on the 700. She's on 151. Potter's on 181. Crawford's on 193. And Rimney's on 174. I know Tuts has went and got it. She's stuck in there. 700, eh? Good stuff. Yeah, Louise, they do look composed, eh? I think they all looked a little bit flustered, you know, the first 20 minutes of the first run. Some more than others. You could see the experience coming through. But yeah, they all look pretty composed. None of them are shearing outside themselves, if that makes any sense, you know. Like they're pushing it. But yeah, they're not, no wild blows going in. Shut up and carry on talking. I'm not sure how you do that, mate. But anyway, 707. So we've got 3 minutes to the hour. You know, they'll all be going in for a handpiece change. And the weather looks like it's brightening up a little bit. Still pretty grim outside, but it's looking a little bit better. Said it would be nice to get some sun. We got some sun because they're hanging around that 1900 mark. Looking like at the stage we've got them projected to do 1908 for the day. I'd be pretty to take a big effort now to get to that 2000. That you know the sun would have needed to come out earlier this morning. I'd say because yeah, it's a bit of a shame that, but you can't do anything about the weather, and of course they're doing a great job anyway. You know, 1900 is not to be sneezed at, eh? Dutch goes in for another one, 197. She's going to click over the 200 soon. So we'll make sure we might focus on her. Maybe we'll focus on all these girls when they get to, you know, to 100 of each of them or whatever. We'll jump in on them and watch them do it, eh? So she's on 197. We'll jump on her now and see her click it over. That goes in for 198. The crowd's growing. I'll flick the camera around soon and give you a bit of a look. But yeah, the crowd's definitely going. There's a lot of energy in the shed, eh? Handpiece change for Tuts. She's on 198. She'll be going in for 199. And then she'll be clicking over the 200. So we'll just have a quick look at the screen. See that she's on 199 now. Lewis is on 156. Potter's on 186. Romani's on 179. So Tuts will be the first one to click over 200. Here she goes, coming in the last side, another couple of blows in. Hope the brute doesn't kick. Down the portal. She's in for 200. Big cheer from the crowd. That's good, they're all behind her. Good work. 200 out the door. 203 hours and 1 minute. I've got it at 3 hours and 1 minute. 200. So, you know, that extrapolates out. You know, she's, all things going well, she should be well on target for getting well over that 500. 157 watching. That's pretty good. Lots of good comments coming through. Hurry up, Rose. You're not sharing at the shed now. That's a good comment. Funny. You know, it's interesting just listening to the music here that's playing. And I haven't been in the sheds for 20 years, 20 years since I was sharing. But I reckon the music hasn't changed. Where's all the new stuff? It's just not there. And that is because the new stuff is crap and the old stuff is good, in my humble opinion. But yeah, this just brings back memories of the same old school music that we always saw to. And they're still sharing to it. Yeah, bit of good feedback here about the music. Obviously, I'm hitting the music vibes right. But if it was me, of course, I'd just have Bob Dylan playing all day. And man, the guys in the shed used to get sick of that. In fact, after a while, they banned me. I wasn't allowed to play Bob Dylan. But anyway, yeah, and I think you're right. The music, you need to start the music shed it. It's got a bit of rhythm and it's pumping. So yeah, we used to listen to a lot of John Fogerty back in the day. Hey Robbie, yeah, no, it's still pretty cold here, man. It's yeah, we just can't get any heat in the day. It's smoker. It's the middle of summer in Otago here, mate. And yeah, we had the bloody heater on it. Morning tea time, trying to warm the shed up. There's not a bit of sun outside. It's been drizzly and cold, and yeah, just a prick of the day. Outside, it's a great day. Inside the shed, looking at these young ladies make history. But outside, yeah, it's not helping. Yeah, me too, Robbie. I hope the seat warm up too. I think there's another 5 running it for each girl. We can get the seat to warm up a bit. But control what you can control, and that's not something we can control. So. $7.50 on the clock for the day. $7.50 for the shed tally. Got Lewis on 162, DePotter's on 194, Crawford's on 208, and Rimini's on 186. Rose gone in for a handpiece change. DePotter's on 196, so she'll be cooking over the 200 mark soon. Crawford's on 210, Potter's 196, Rimini's 188, and Lewis is 164. So we'll jump in on Potter there, and we'll zoom in on her for 2 or 3 seats soon and watch her cook over a 200. So that'll be pretty cool. Another 200 in the bag. I'm guessing this will be the first time she's done 200 by lunchtime. Maybe not. Who knows? They're looking at Missy Potter right now. She's on 197. I personally think she's been a bit of a revelation today. I don't believe she's been sharing for that long, you know, and she's going really, really well. She's good style, and she wants it. You know, you put a lock on that kitchen bed, I reckon she'd rip the door off. That's kind of what you want. So she's on 198, so worked for another couple. Crawford's on 212, Rimini's on 189, and Lewis is on 165. I think Lewis is doing really well. She's looking really, really good. Yeah, I'm really proud of her coming back from that bit of a knock at the start. You've looked there, so 760, 768, but the fodder's on 199. So she'll go for another 200 soon, and I'm sure there'll be another cheer from the crowd. Here she goes, 199. She's heading in for 200. Good work. Good stuff, girl. Yeah, she's got 200 on the board. First run tally was 476 for the first run, and Crawford did 129, I think. Tapota did 125, Romney did 120, and Lewis did, I think it was 112, 113. $772, so these girls are going to click over 800 pretty soon. And we've got 3/4 of an hour to go in this run. 8-hour day. We started at 7:30. Here we go, pull out. You've had a bit of a look at Missy there. She's going hot. And pretty soon we'll zoom in. Pagan will be going over. She's gone 192, so she'll be going over the 200 soon. So we'll go down and have a look at her when she does that. Hi, Jules. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, the girl's going pretty good, eh? Yeah, and yeah, hopefully this is working out right. It's not perfect, but we're always trying new things, and this is a new way to try and see if we can get a bit of a commentary that keeps things updated a little bit better than what we've done in the past. So we'll find out at the end of the day. I'm sure everyone will let us know. But at this stage, yeah, no one's leaving or abusing me, which is a bit of a plus. So yeah, always learning. You know, we're always learning. Hope you're going all right anyway, mate. $784 for the day, 170 for Lewis, 203 for Potter, 217 for Crawford. Romney's on 194. How many sheep have not been accepted, Lucas? We know we lost 4 the first run. I don't know to who. I know Tux lost 1 and Rose lost 1. I don't know if the other 2 did or there were some others, but I know that there was 4 taken out, and that would just be normal. You know, you're pushing the boundaries at these records, and that wouldn't be unusual if they all lost 1 each. You know, you got to push for it. So you're always, when you're pushing, chance of making a mistake. I know they lost for the first run. They had 4 taken out. Rose is in for number 172. She's having a good day. She's having a hard day. $7.95. The girls are up to for today, so the board's going to click over at 800 pretty soon. That's another milestone out the door.
Thanks, guys. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you so much. Thank you. Did you use your own salad committee? No. Oh. Just take it back, or is it good to have? Good to have?
I didn't want to run up.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it's all right. It's not perfect.
Great.
Getting there.
Thanks, guys.
Here's mate. So on $7.99, guys, the girls are about to click over. Who's going to be going in for the 800? Probably going to be Rose, I'd say. Rose or Missy. Probably going to be Missy, I reckon. She's going to sneak in. Seat number 800. And we're at 11:20, 40 minutes up. She's gone for a handpiece change. So's Rose. So here we go, 800.
That's my next one. Do you need any coffee or food or anything?
Pardon?
Do you need coffee or food?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
We've got 154 watts. Pretty cool. 76 comments. Oh, Pagan's just gone up for number 200. Oh, I'm really sorry, I missed that. So look, we're just going to show you the board. Got tied up with somebody else. We'll show you the board that Pagan just got to 200, and then we'll go and zoom in on her. Yeah, look there, 806. Pagan's just clicked over at 200. So now we'll sneak down and we'll do a bit of close up on it. She's got a nice hand on her, Pagan, eh? See, if you look up there, she looks like she's shearing the slowest because she's got a relaxed style and a slow-moving hand. But and there's a couple that have gone around her, but not by much. She's just got a really economical, nice slow-handed style. Really, really nice to watch. She's a good shearer, eh? She doesn't look like she's hurrying. I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's not mucking around. She doesn't look like it. Could be a few shearers down the end that just looking at Pagan that you might know. Pretty well known. Cool in the gang, eh? It's actually wondering there, Jock, and say cool in the gang if you're talking about me. But it'd be pretty unusual. It'd be the first time in my life I'd ever been called cool if that was the case. But of course, you're talking about Pagan, cool in the gang. And it's a pretty good description. Because she does look pretty cool, calm, and collected, you know? She just, I know she's not. She'd be full noise, but she looks like she's cruising. Oh, Tom, I see what you mean. $817 for the day so far. We've got a tally at the moment of 178 for Lewis. Just gone in for a number 178. The Potter's on 212. Crawford's on 226. And Pagan is on 203. So the girls are running hot. Good work. $825 today. Tuts just pulled out 228. Potter's on 214. Romany's on 204. And Lewis is on 179. And we've got half an hour to go. So all of the girls will be well over 200 by lunchtime. Then we get an hour break. Hagen pulls out number 206. What's the belly off it? Crawford's on 229. The Potter's on 216. Lewis just cracked 180. So we're going up for 181. So I think what we're going to try and do, I'm going to trial it at lunchtime, right? Because like I said, a lot of this is always trying to learn. How can we present these things better to the public, you guys out there watching, to the people that can't make the shed. So we're going to trial taking this little portable mic I've got. I'm going to see it'll feed straight to my camera here. So I'm going to go up there with it after lunch in the third run. And hopefully I can talk to the seconds and you'll be able to hear us as clear as this. And we can bring real world commentary from the guys up there who are looking at them. We think that'd be pretty cool to try. Could be an absolute disaster, but you don't know, do you? So that's probably what we're going to try. So maybe tune in after lunch. It'll be interesting if, that could be another really cool thing that we could do to bring, more opinions, get you closer to the action. But I'll check with all the seconds and make sure they're okay with it. Because the number one thing that we've got to do is not get in the way of the girls. Because what we're doing is not important. So we always make sure that we sort of stay out of the way. But yeah, that's what I just think. We've got to try some of these things, and I could wander around and maybe a couple of interviews with people, and let's just see if that who knows? Could be absolute crap. It might be okay. We'll all learn something. The whole industry. So tune in after lunch, and that's what we'll be trying. Anyway, we've got 28 minutes to go. It's 845 on the clock. 183 for Lewis. The Potter's 220. Crawford's 233. And Rimini's 209. So the girls are going well. Yeah. 162 people watching. That's pretty good this time of the day. 849 on the clock. Pagan's just gone on for seat number 211. Crawford's on 234. Potter's on 221, and Lewis is on 184. So won't be long, and we'll be watching Lewis click over 200. It'll be really, really cool. Yeah, that's pretty good. And that'll be starting to hurt a bit up there now. Coming into lunchtime, it's a bit of a non-event coming into lunchtime and more experience. After lunch, at least you're on the downhill slide. You've broken the back of the day on an 8-hour day, but still all in front of you at the stage with what they're doing. So, yeah. Rose goes in for 186, seat number 186. The Potter's on 223. Crawford's 236. Pagan's on 212. Crawford's on 238. It won't be long as she'll be cracking the 250 mark. Ramani's on 214. The Potter's on 224, sorry. And Rose is on 187. Lewis is on 187. And we've got 23 minutes to go, according to me. So get into the business here, never. I'd like to be able to report that the weather's coming right, but unfortunately, if I did that, I'd be lying. It's still pretty average out there. It's still really cold, really overcast. We all thought we were going to be getting a good day. Yesterday was an absolute ripper. It was a great day here, but today is absolute crap. Yeah, it's not good at all. Who would have thought it? We've got 4 people up this year, and we've got stuff up all over the shed. We've got a couple hundred people in here, and we're all cold and having to get a heater going. That's not a good sign. 8:71 on the clock. We'll be clicking over the 900 soon. It's going to be good. Rose is on 189. Missy's on 226. Tux is on 240, and Pagan's on 216. But a Tina Turner on the radio. That's got to lift everyone, surely. That goes in for 242. So she's 8 away from cracking the 250, which is puts her on target for the 500. What's Tux's projected, Dave? What's Tux's projected? 3. 523. So at the moment we've got Tux at 523 for the day. She carries on sharing like this. We expect her to do 523. What about the product? 495. So Missy, stand 2, is looking at 495. So it'll be interesting what she gets, because she did 125 the first run. There's Pagan in for sheep number 219. And Rose has got 191 on the board. So Rose is getting close. We'll fire and have a look at Rose when she gets close to the 200. Before that, we're going to watch and Tux flick out the 200, 250. That'll be pretty cool. It'll be on the right side of the 500 when she does that. $8.86 on the clock. So what have we got? We've got just about quarter of an hour, just over quarter of an hour left in the run on 8.86. So the first thing we'll be doing is clicking over the 900. And then the next event will be Crawford getting a 250, and then it'll be Rose Lewis getting 100, getting a 200. That'll be what we'll be expecting to happen in the next quarter of an hour. then just at the end we'll do a quick zoom in on all of them there for you. But 904 on the clock. We'll pick up 904. Crawford's about to go for 250. A little bit of a kicker. There we go, 250 Crawford. Very well done. She's got 12 minutes up her sleeve. So, barring anything major going wrong, she's going to get a pretty comfortable 500. Probably 520, 525. You would expect that sort of rate. Yeah, so this is all about ticking off milestones. And she's when she goes in for the next one, she'll be breaking the back of the halfway to be over the halfway mark for the 500. So that's good work. Good work. Yeah, we're going to go and focus in on Rose. Rose been battling away here. Going to give her a bit of coverage. Try and get a bit of a close-up. Sia's on 198. That lamb here is 198. 199, and then she'll be clicking over to 200 for lunch. So she'll be on the right side of 400 by lunchtime, which is good. Another one of the milestones clicked over. So at the moment, we're 913 for the day for the girls. And we've got Rose on 198, who you're watching now. Beside her, we've got Potter, 238. We've got Tux on 251. And Rimini on 227. That's Rose now on 199. Well done, Rose. She's gone up for 200. It's good to see. We've got 10 minutes to go before lunch, so she's, I'm not sure what she's going to get up on, but she's going to do well over 400, so that'll be good, especially on these cold lambs. I've just been outside there before, and it's cold, really cold. Like, seriously cold for the winter. Got 190 people watching now, so it's starting to grow. So we'll just pull out a bit now and have a look at all of them, and we'll have a bit of a think about what the next run's going to be like. Yeah, so on 9:23. We've got 8 minutes to go in the run. It's just about 12 o'clock here in New Zealand. We're down in South Otago in New Zealand, bottom of New Zealand. 9:24 on the clock. Lewis has just gone up for 201. Fodder's on 240. Crawford's 254. And Rimini's 229. So we'll be shutting this down as soon as the girls finish at lunchtime. And I've got a bit of work on some stuff I want to do to see if we can keep improving on this for the afternoon. I think there's a couple of things we could do a little bit better. So we'll keep trying. And then we'll be starting up again at 1 o'clock. So we normally try to get it started, 2 or 3 minutes early. We're going to try some things on the next run and see how that delivers, see if we can do some other stuff. Make it a bit more exciting, a bit more interesting. And we'll get some updates on some tallies. But at this stage, we're projecting to do just over 1,900 for the day. Given the weather outside, it's unlikely that we're going to get a lift in the weather and any more heat in the land. So I'd say that 1,900 is probably going to be about right. Maybe a wee few over, but I think we're going to be looking at a record of about 1,900. It'll be the record they set, which is good. or records need set, and it's a pretty good tally. So 9:29. I guess the big question right now is, will Missy, the plotter, get to 250 before lunch? I think it's probably unlikely. There's 6 minutes to go, and she's on 242 right now. So I think she's probably going to end up at about the 248, 237, 238, 247, 248 mark. I think Rose will be on about the 206, 207. Crawford will be on 260. She'll do an excess of 260 for the morning. And Pagan down on the end stand, she's likely to be done about 235, 236. So that gives us a bit of an idea of where we're going to be. So this is going all right. Like I said, we'll be shutting it down, so you'll have to latch back onto the next live stream back on our. You can either jump on the Perkins Facebook page or the Perkins YouTube channel or the Perkins X account. It's going out on all three of them. So jump on that about 5 to 1. You've got to load it again to do it, and hopefully it's coming out okay. And it's here's for a good afternoon. Hopefully a bit warmer. Five minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. 2:39 on the clock for the day. 204 for Lewis. 244 for Tafora. 258 for Crawford. 233 for Rimini. I think these girls have had a good morning. It hasn't been without its problems. They had that pretty hairy first half hour where I think the quality was a bit tough, but I understand that the quality's really lifted, and so there's no issues with quality right now, which is really good. And then the lambs, we started half an hour late because they just couldn't get the lambs heated up as much as they wanted, and they're probably still not heated up the way they want. Who would have thought it, that you'd be getting this sort of cold weather, at this time of the year? But anyway, there you go. So there's a bit of work on those lambs, and not all of them want to be shorn either, so they haven't had it all their own way. I think they've done a really fantastic job for what they've got, and I think they're going to set the record anyway, and it's going to be a high bar. I think they're going well. Really proud of them. Two minutes to go. 9:47 on the clock. Lewis is on 206. Defota's on 246. Crawford's on 260. Rimini's on 235. Just under 2 minutes to go. So they're going to be on the right side of 950 at halfway. 1 minute to go. Brendan's just given the 1 minute call. How are we going to go? Rose will have to battle if she wants that catch. She's going to have to dig it right in. I think Missy's going to struggle. Pagan will get it. Missy will get this one, but she won't get another one. The question will be whether or not Rose can get that one out in enough time to get the catch. But I think Missy's probably going to run out of time. Yeah, Pagan just got the catch, so she's in. 9:54, Tuts is in. And I think that might be it. The time will be coming up soon. Time's up. Okay, so thanks for hanging in there with us. We're learning a bit here as we go. 954 has been done by lunchtime. Rose Lewis has done 207. Missy DeFora 248. Dutch Crawford 262. And Pagan Rimini has done 237. We're finishing off. Look, we'll be back in about 5 to 1 on our Perkins Farming Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So clock in with us then. And we'll try out some other things and so we go. But the crowd's pretty happy. Big crowd here and they're pretty happy. So hope you've had a good morning. We'll go and do some work and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.